voice for everyone. KSHB 41 News starts right now.
A friendly visit from the Chiefs' first opponent of the upcoming football season. How this Lion is training the next generation of football stars.
And good Sunday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Nico. Our radar is rather quiet right now thanks to the storms we had this morning, but there's still the potential for some storms later this evening and again Tuesday. I'll show you those coming up.
First at 5, cleanup continues across our area from Friday's storms. We've received photos and videos from dozens of you at home showing the storm's reach. And then right now, Evergy still working on 2,000 active outages. That's just a fraction of what we saw Friday. Utility company says that it's the largest restoration they've ever had. But people who still don't have power say they're concerned over when the lights could come back on.
When you look at the outage maps, there's no sign or indication that there's a crew or estimate time. I couldn't find it on the website and on the map.
Evergy told us today that's because those times are based off of normal operations, which this storm is not considered. Now, before we hear more from neighbors, reporter Caroline Hogan was at an Evergy press conference, and she learned when customers could see power again and why it's taking several days.
These cherry pickers can be right in your neighborhood today. KSHB 41 News.
Kansas City will offer a leaf and brush collection by appointment starting next Monday. You can use the MyKCMO app or call 311. Drop-off sites will be open and free to use. If you know someone still without power, there are some safety tips that you'll want to share. First, make sure that your doors and windows are locked at all times. Any security systems won't work until the power comes back on. Also, be careful with candles that you use for light. Put out all candles before going to bed or leaving the house. If you're using a gas-powered generator, keep it in a well-ventilated area away from any doors or windows. And don't keep your family in the dark. Check on your loved ones or neighbors who are still without power. That's a message one neighborhood in Brookside kept close to heart. Reporter Abby Dodge shows how these Kansas Cityans are helping each other weather out the impacts of the storm.
KSHB 41 News.
If you're looking for more details on today's press conference or where to drop off brush and other storm damage, look for our story at kshb.com. Thankfully, those storms are behind us. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nico here, but of course those storms certainly leaving a lot of people in the dark still, as we saw from Abby's story.
Yeah, you can tell the map I have right here color-coded, Brian, to show you exactly what we're talking about. And I'll zoom down, and it's just those 5 counties severe. Brian?
Thanks a lot, Mike. Other news tonight, police released these photos of the suspects who robbed an ATM in Belton. We're told that 2 people threatened a person working on the machine yesterday morning and stole the money from inside. Call the FBI of Kansas City with the number that's on your screen right now if you have any information on who these people are. Well, if you want to check out the Parade of Hearts this year, you better hurry up. This week will be the last chance that you'll be able to get to see all 40 hearts on display at the Cape. They're spread out across the concourse at Kauffman Stadium. Each heart was painted by artists or groups from dozens of organizations. You can see them until Thursday with a ticket to a Royals game or a tour. A Detroit Lion with Kansas City roots is back home. Defensive end Charles Harris held a football camp at Lincoln College Preparatory Academy today. Kids in grades 9 through 12 showed off their skills on the gridiron. Harris was born in Kansas City and played for the Mizzou Tigers about a decade ago.
It's amazing because you seem like, there's nothing better than that.
Well, next time Harris is in town, he'll be suiting up to take on the Chiefs for the season opener. More from Charles in today's camp coming up in sports. After the break, the home to high-paced racing, now teaching upcoming drivers important rules of the road, a program aiming to cut down on auto accidents. Later, farmers and animal experts share what stress this summer heat is bringing to area farms. The Kansas Speedway is home to some of the fastest races in the Midwest. But today, the racetrack put on the brakes to teach teens proactive driving.
It allows us to slow the speeds down and still teach the techniques that the teens need to learn.
We hit the tracks with Don Hughes, Central Manager of Brakes. It stands for Be Responsible and Keep Everyone Safe. From the classroom to crash courses, these lessons are meant to have a lasting impact on young drivers.
We're trying to get them to build that muscle memory and survive.
Such important skills that we all should have. You know, this program, it starts by building on basic car education, then it applies to situations like car recovery and crash prevention. You may not believe it looking outside today, but a lack of rain in parts of the metro creating new issues for area farmers. The impact of droughts after the break.
And we've got a chance of severe weather to our east around St. Louis. That's moving away. And this chance around central Kansas, you can see those storms are heading to the south. So I'm watching for what's going to blow up right on top of us the next couple of hours. Some strong storms and then another round possible Tuesday. We'll talk about that in the entire Super 10 Day coming up.
A voice for everyone. You're watching KSHB 41 News.
Droughts in Missouri and Kansas are reaching critical levels. This drought monitor in Missouri shows the areas of concern, especially counties in the center of the state. And in the heart of that area is Pettis County. Reporter John Kim talked with the farmer and livestock specialist to show how the lack of rain is affecting more than just the farmlands.
Erin Larimore and her husband own about 100.
Look at Friday and Saturday, some mid-80s before some heat and humidity comes back next week.
Welcome relief from all that heat that we've had lately.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
We're talking Royals here. They had an offensive outburst at the K today. Believe it or not, would it be enough for a win? We got answers on the other side. Plus, free agent wideout DeAndre Hopkins has reportedly found a new home. How it impacts the world champion Chiefs. 141 Sports returns.
How do you say that name again?
Alcaraz. It's like the prison, but without the T. That's how
You got to lean in. Say with confidence.
Spaniard. Get it from in there.
That's right.
A couple things for people to remember. Between 8 and 9, we could have some storms. And remember all that smoke we had yesterday? There's a little bit coming back tomorrow, but that's about it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tonight at 10.